All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. No, it's time for our main topic. And, oh my God, it's a good one. It's a really good one. I recently watched the movie Sinners. Okay. And first of all, let me just say that Sinners is doing great at the box office. $60 million global opening, something like that. A cinema score of an A, which is unheard of for horror movies. It's the highest ranked horror movie on cinema score and the only one to ever get an A rating. That's big time. Look, I'm going to be honest here. Sinners was pretty fucking good. Sinners was pretty fucking good. Now, let's talk about this a couple different ways. Let's talk about this as a fan, and let's talk about this critically. Okay, I'm gonna start with critically. Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler. I think that he did a fantastic job at directing this film. The pace of this movie is kind of damn near perfect. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride where you're really just spending the first hour of this movie with Michael B. Jordan's character Stack and Smoke. They're a set of twins, which he actually plays both of them. I'll get into that in a little bit, but you're kind of with this set of twins following their life after being gangsters in Chicago. They move back to their I believe it's in Mississippi. They move back to their hometown and they're just trying to get away from the gangster life. They want to open up their juke joint, their club, and they're kind of just getting ready. The first hour is just them getting ready to open up later that night, and it's fucking great. You would think that it's kind of a slow burn because you're spending an hour and you don't even know what's going on really, but it's fucking great. And the fact that Ryan Coogler can make me sit there and watch these two just be, and not even these two, it's one actor, Michael B. Jordan, sit there and watch him just do random stuff trying to open his club, a big budget movie like this, and he got me enthralled in the story. Bravo to Ryan Coogler for being able to do that, because not a lot of people could. So I think the pacing is amazing. Let's talk about the music for a second. It is composed by Ludwig Göransson. I hope I'm saying that right, but they did the soundtracks to movies like Sinners, obviously, Joker. The bathroom scene. Obviously, that is like one of the greatest pieces of music that I've heard. He's done Tenet, Oppenheimer, Black Panther, Fruitvale Station. Like he's worked with Ryan Coogler before, and yeah, they are a match made in heaven. This movie is definitely very. I'm gonna put my face on there now. This movie is definitely very music based. It revolves around music, and personally, I didn't even know that. I thought it was just a vampire movie, and but it has a lot to do with blues and kind of this culture of music culture, and how that kind of affects our ancestors and stuff like that, and different cultures around them. It's a really deep movie for what they marketed as a vampire flick, right? The performances, let's get into the performances now. Haley Steinfeld is great. Michael B. Jordan, this might be his best performance. Both performances. This might be his best work. And that's saying a lot, because he's very good in Creed. He's very good in Fruitvale Station. He's very good in films like Just Mercy and others. So saying that means a lot. And I think that this might be one of his greatest, if not the greatest performance that he has put on so far. After the first scene, there is one scene in here. After the first scene, let me take a sip of this real quick. After the first scene of Smoke and Stack, these twin brothers, these twin gangsters, after the first scene where you see them in the same shot, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's Michael B. Jordan playing two different people. But then for the next hour, they split up for a little bit, right? They kind of split up. And dude, even after the first 5 minutes of me seeing them on screen, after the first 5 minutes, I'm like, Oh, those are two completely different people. Like, I completely forgot that Michael B. Jordan was playing both characters for the entire movie. And the fact that they were able to do that not only is kudos to the production team, Ryan Coogler, but mainly I think Michael B. Jordan, because he had to play two separate characters, right? But and they were talking about it on different podcasts and stuff. Michael B. Jordan had to kind of act and direct in this film. He had to direct the stand-in when they had scenes, Smoke and Stack, when they had scenes together. He had to kind of direct the stand-in because he's playing both characters, so he has to tell the other person, like, hey, I'm going to kind of react to this like this, so I need you to do that. And then he goes, films that, then they switch places, and he has to act like how he just directed. You know what I'm trying to say? You know how, like, there's layers to his performance. Hands down, I think it's one of his best performances, man, if not the best. And that's saying a lot. The cinematography also, it's gorgeous. I think that the movie looks great. The editing is great. It's a pretty scary movie. I mean, they have a bunch of jump scares in there. Some of the scenes are pretty cool. Oh my god. There's a scene where I believe it's Smoke. Smoke has a how do I say this? Smoke is a father. And they see there's a scene where he goes, you know what? You guys have to just see it, but that scene just hit me really hard. And it was a great example of visual storytelling. That's all I'm gonna say about that scene, because I really don't want to spoil this movie. It's fucking fantastic. And speaking of spoiling, man, if I did not know that this was a vampire movie, oh, that would have been such a cool experience. Because okay, well, this is kind of a spoiler, but in an hour, that's when the vampire stuff kind of happens, because we're spending an hour, in a normal situation, and then the vampire stuff kind of kicks in halfway through the movie. If I did not know that vampires were in this movie, I'm not normally a person who cares about like why'd you put that in the trailers? Like that would have been so cool to see in the theater, or find out in the theater. I'm not normally a person like that, but for this movie, if I didn't know that this was a vampire movie and all of a sudden vampires just fucking came out and started invading this nightclub and oh my god, it would have been fucking insane. It would have been crazy in the in the movie theater. That would have been a crazy experience. So, I can talk a lot about different aspects of this film that I really enjoyed. I mean, I can talk about the editing. I can talk about the premise. I mean, it's all great, okay? Just trust me when I say that this movie has different layers. It is not just a vampire movie. This definitely warrants a second watch. And then, again, props to Ryan Coogler, man. This is one of the... he's one of the most inspiring directors that I know. He's from Sacramento, and I am from Northern California. He is, I'm not from Sacramento. I'm from Yuba City. That's like an hour away from Sacramento, but I love Sacramento. Okay. And I went to Sac State for like a year, and he graduated from Sac State. Like, dude. Okay. Ryan Coogler is fucking cool, man. And he's got all the props in the world from me, and I'm very inspired by him. And the fact that he was able to make a movie like this, dude, I couldn't even imagine making a movie like this. So, now let's talk about this film as a fan. Oh, this fucking movie was crazy, man. I mean, okay, Michael B. Jordan, number one, he's a fucking badass. He is a fucking badass in this movie. Him and Haley Steinfeld, unfortunately, have really good chemistry. I'm kind of pissed about that because I love Haley Steinfeld, but hey, it's Michael B. Jordan. I mean, I don't blame Haley Steinfeld, man. The movie is surprisingly pretty funny. There's a couple of lines in there that Haley Steinfeld has that is pretty hilarious. This movie was also not only directed by Ryan Coogler, but he wrote it as well. Keep that in mind. This movie is very, very funny. And let's talk about how it sets things up. Now, there are post-credit scenes. Okay. The post-credit scene does kind of set things up for maybe a future movie, maybe a franchise starring Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld, kinda. I'm not really gonna tell you what it is, but don't miss out on the post-credit scene. If you haven't seen this movie already, what are you doing? But second of all, if you haven't, do not skip out on the post-credit scene. The post-credit scene is basically a 10-minute kind of epilogue to the movie. It's kind of the ending, like the real ending to the movie. I thought it was really interesting because I'd never seen that before. But yeah, dude, I could talk about this movie all day, but honestly, I can't because I'm getting kind of tired. But my point is, okay, Sinners, movie of the year so far? Yeah, I think so. Sinners is definitely one of those movies where, like I said, it's marketed as a vampire movie, but it's so much more than just a vampire movie. The things that this movie does for black culture, the things that this movie does for filmmakers, the things that this movie does for vampires. Okay, well, maybe not the vampires, but this movie is super significant. Okay, and if you guys are interested in film, I mean, dude, Ryan Coogler, he did a kind of like not a trailer, but he promoted this movie by telling you, this is the difference between like a 70 millimeter versus 35 millimeter film strip versus 24 millimeter or whatever. And he compared it to the IMAX film strips. This is a movie. This is like a love letter to filmmaking. Please go watch this movie. Please go watch this movie on a screen. Because, well, obviously you're going to fucking watch it on a screen. Please go watch this movie in a movie theater. Because this warrants the big screen effect. And even, like, I'm getting on a tangent, even after, like, the writer's strike, you know, after COVID, after all that stuff, right, we got good, really big movies like Top Gun, we got, like, the Avengers movies and stuff like that coming soon, like, we have Marvel movies and Star Wars movies coming out and stuff like that. This is an original film, original IP, directed by one of the best directors and one of the most inspirational directors in today's age. And he's like a fan of filmmaking itself, not just trying to make money, which, by the way, this movie is making good money. But he's not just trying to make money. He made a fucking R-rated horror film with vampires, and it's making good money. Do you guys know how hard that is to do in Hollywood, especially after COVID and the writer's strike and the actor's strike or whatever strikes, all these fucking strikes, all these delays, man. So, Ryan Coogler, hats off to you, bro. I gotta get off your dick right now. I'm on it right now, but I gotta get off it a little bit. You did a great fucking job on this movie. Michael B. Jordan, you did a great fucking job on this movie, for real. And I feel like I'm fucking inspired to make original movies like that. And this movie kind of did that, you know? And I hope that this movie, and I hope that a lot of different movies make a lot of people feel, you know, certain things when they watch it. That's the great thing about movies is that, okay, I'm getting on a fucking tangent. Anyway, Sinners. Sinners, really good movie, man. Really good movie. I believe it's my favorite movie of the year so far. We'll see what happens. It's only April. Oh my God, it's about to be May. That's crazy. So, yeah, go watch Sinners if you haven't already. Wonderful job. Can't wait to see what comes next. Let me know what you guys thought about Sinners if you guys watched it already. I know that there are a lot of theories, and I know that there are a lot of, you know, discussions and stuff that happened in this movie that warrant a discussion. So if you guys want to, keep it spoiler free a little bit in the comment section. If not, that's not my problem. Like, that, do you?